Hi, my name is Georg Immanuel Nagel, and tonight I will talk about who should rule. And I think that the emperor should rule. And there's a good reason why he should rule. Well, how did he become the emperor? He won battles, several battles against other tribes, against other people. He won these glorious battles. He fought in war among his men, and they loved him. And then he crossed the Rubicon with his legions, and he just proclaimed that he is the new emperor because the gods love him. And the gods they really love him, because without the help of the gods he would never had these victories. He is chosen by the gods, and he's the emperor of Rome. And that's how it is. I totally accept it. I buy it. That's just. That's how it should be. He's the emperor because he is the champion of the gods, the chosen one of the gods. Or if you're Christian, if you're Catholic, then by God. It's basically the same. He's the emperor by the grace of God. That's it. By the grace of God. And that's also the reason why this country is the country of my people. Why Europe belongs to us. And with Europe, I mean every white country. Because it's like this, because by the grace of God we live here. And why is our life better, our civilization better? Well, there are a lot of reasons, but by the grace of God. And that's why the emperor rules and why he should rule. And I totally support the emperor. It's just not a question if he should rule. He should rule because he's the emperor, and he's the emperor because the gods choose him. Because he wins. He makes Rome great. He defends Rome. His legions defend Rome, defend the empire. That's why the people love him, and that's why he has to rule. I do not respect anybody else. Like, do you believe in quote unquote democracy? This does not exist. It never has. It's an intellectual idea, like communism or so. It chooses someone will always be in power, and an elite will always rule, and we are ruled by an international elite, by a financial oligarchy, by banks, by companies, by a hostile elite. And why do they rule? They do not rule because the people have voted for them. No, the system is rigged. It's not a real democracy. But the emperor, he rules by the grace of God. And that's what I accept. And that's what I want back. I want Rome back. And I want the emperor back. Because I do not respect the puppets of the international elite. Like, oh, you're a president, a chancellor, a state secretary, a minister for something. You're just a pathetic wimp. You're just a puppet. You're a parasite. You're just a parasitical puppet of the elite. And you are basically a scum. And one day the emperor, he will return. He will cross the Rubicon with his legions. And they together, the fighting men of Rome, they will clean up the Senate. They will clean up our temples. And will throw out the garbage. You're just worthless scum. You're nobody. Don't respect you. I only respect the emperor. Because I respect the gods. And the emperor respects also the gods. And that's why they love him. Because he's a man, a real man. And they love real men. And that's why the emperor should rule. That's all for today. Goodbye.